Got a confession to make before we dive in. I was about to sit down with a nice cup of iced coffee, maybe scroll through videos of people teaching raccoons how to high five, just decompress like a normal human being. But then I opened today's story, and that coffee instantly evaporated out of my system. This one is a ride. Buckle up, grip something. Maybe hydrate first, because what happens here, I swear, it's the kind of thing that makes you question why some people even bother saying I do, when what they really mean is I do until my backup plan shows up. Welcome back, folks. Today's tale is about a man who did something I have literally never seen before in real life. The level of calmness he reaches is so dangerously elegant that it needs to be studied by monks. I'm convinced a therapist somewhere felt a ripple in the universe the moment this dude quietly handed his wife's ex-boyfriend his wedding ring and said, "Your turn." And listen, I am not promoting pettiness. I'm just saying, sometimes life produces a moment so poetic, so beautifully timed, so cinematic that you just have to sit back, slow clap, and say, yes, this is art. Okay, let's get into it. So our guy, let's call him Adam, because he gives off major, quiet guy who keeps the house running while everyone else is busy being chaotic energy, has been married to his wife for 5 years. 5 years of marriage. But recently, according to him, these 5 years were feeling less like a romantic journey and more like a subscription he wasn't sure he wanted to renew. But despite his hesitation, his wife insists they should throw a 5th anniversary celebration. And already I'm like, why does your marriage suddenly deserve a party? What are we celebrating? Emotional distance? Selective honesty? A punch card for coffee dates with exes? But Adam, being a reasonable guy, goes along with the plan. Now, the guest list should have been his first clue that something was off. Not because there were 30 people in his backyard. That's normal. What wasn't normal was the one person standing among them like a glitch in the Matrix, his wife's ex from college. A guy named, let's call him Brandon. And listen, this man does not give innocent bystander energy. This is not a just happened to show up because he was in the neighborhood situation. This is the kind of guy who high-fives himself in the mirror. The guy who calls himself Breeze because he thinks it sounds cool. He's that guy. So Adam is manning the grill, doing husband things, being responsible, flipping burgers. And there's Brandon, just vibing next to the patio table like he's auditioning for the role of Guy Who Ruins Marriages, the musical. Now, Adam does what any sane person would do. He goes to his wife and asks, hey, why is your ex here? She shrugs, says someone must have brought him. Oh, okay, right, because people just accidentally bring your ex to an anniversary party, like he was just chilling in the glove compartment and fell out when they opened the door, makes total sense. But Adam, bless his patience, lets it slide. The party continues, drinks flow, people laugh, and then we reach the moment where everyone in the audience collectively sits up straighter. Enter Melissa. There is always a Melissa. If you don't know a Melissa, you might be the Melissa. She's the loud friend with no volume settings, fueled by cheap wine and the belief she's hilarious. She's that friend who thinks I'm just being honest is a personality trait. Melissa, 3 margaritas deep, looks at Adam's wife and shouts, "Girl, you are so smart having a backup husband right here at the party. If he ever messes up, you're covered." Now, there are jokes, and then there are jokes like someone just threw a lit match into a bucket of gasoline and smiled at the camera. This was the second one. Adam hears it. He turns. He sees not just the group laughing, but his wife laughing. Not awkwardly, not nervously, full smile. And Brandon? Oh, he's smirking like he just got cast as James Bond in the reboot playing only in his own imagination. And you can practically hear Adam's brain snap into slow motion, like time stops. Birds freeze in mid-flight. Somewhere, a violin plays. And he walks over, calm, steady, the kind of calm that is honestly scarier than anger. And he says, "You know what? That actually makes perfect sense." Everyone relaxes, thinking he's playing along. But Adam? Oh, Adam had other plans. He reaches into his pocket, pulls off his wedding ring with the fluid, deliberate motion of a man removing a USB device safely. He walks up to Brandon, puts the ring in this man's hand, and says, "Tag in, buddy. She's all yours." Silence. The entire backyard suddenly turns into a courtroom where everyone just realized they've been subpoenaed. Then Adam turns to his wife, and bless this scene because I'm convinced Angel stopped singing to watch, and says loud enough for everyone to hear, "Congratulations, you wanted a backup. Now he's your main man." Then he leaves his own house, his own party, his own anniversary, walks out like the final shot of a movie where the protagonist chooses himself for the first time. And you know what? He wasn't even angry. He describes it like he suddenly saw everything with clarity, like the fog lifted and the truth slapped him gently across the face and said, "Wake up, King." He goes to his brother's house. Brother opens the door, sees the look on his face, and just says, "Beer's in the fridge." That's sibling love right there. That's emotional support wrapped in hops and barley. Now, you'd think the story peaked. No, this story is a mountain range. We have more peaks ahead. The next day, Adam's brother asks the million-dollar question. "How long have you felt something was off?" And Adam admits it's been months, maybe longer. The distance, the weird behavior, the new gym membership, the new clothes, the hair changes, all the usual signs that scream something is going on, but no one wants to admit it. Then he remembers something his wife told him weeks ago. She ran into Brandon at the gym, then they grabbed coffee, just two old friends catching up. Right, sure. And I only watch one episode on Netflix. So Adam decides to go home while she's at work to gather his things, and on her tablet, oh boy, there it is. Weeks of messages. Not physical, but emotionally intimate. Late night chats, jokes, complaints about Adam, complaints about their marriage. The emotional cheating Olympics was fully underway, and Brandon was stretching in the warm-up area. So Adam takes screenshots, packs his things, leaves, calls a lawyer. He texts her one last time. "There's nothing to talk about. You made your decision at the party." She replies, "It was just a joke." If my husband's ex showed up at my anniversary party and someone called him my backup, I would spontaneously combust into a ball of shame. Joking? Joking? Where? Show me one person laughing. So Adam tells her he saw the messages and blocks her. Days pass. His brother helps him go full Sherlock Holmes on bank statements, coffee shops on days she said she was working late, lunch charges during office hours, gym purchases that never showed up in the house, phone records that tell their own little novellas. Then, a guy from the party calls Adam and says, "Hey, that joke wasn't spontaneous. Melissa planned it, and your wife approved it." "Oh, so we're not dealing with random disrespect. We're dealing with premeditated foolishness." Adam puts everything together and realizes his marriage didn't end at the party. It had been ending for months. The party was just the fireworks. Eventually, the wife demands a meeting. They meet at a diner. She looks tired, stressed, falling apart, and she gives the classic speech. "Nothing happened. It was just feelings. We can try therapy. I didn't mean to hurt you. Blah, blah." Adam sits there like a man who has already emotionally relocated. He's just waiting on paperwork. He tells her the truth. "You were never over him. I was just the guy who showed up at the right time. I was convenient. I was safe." Her tears flow, but he isn't moved anymore. Emotional divorce happened before the legal one. He tells her, "Sign the papers," and she finally does. The divorce takes 3 months. During that time, Adam rebuilds, gets a promotion, moves into his own place, starts running again, starts breathing again. And in a twist of cosmic irony so beautiful it belongs in a Greek tragedy, Brandon, the ex, dumps her 2 weeks after the party. Turns out he only liked the ego boost. Shocking. Truly shocking. Who could have predicted the man who calls himself Breeze would be unreliable? Months later, Adam starts dating someone new, someone healthy, someone who chooses him. And for the first time, he realizes he doesn't miss his ex. Not even a little. A year after the anniversary disaster, his ex messages him apologizing, admitting everything, saying he deserved better.